Hi guys, it's Shanna McElhearn here with Shanna's Creation Station, and I wanted to jump on here tonight because I was making some cards a minute ago and I like them so much I want to share them with you and see if you like this new set that I'm working with, and to check out this new cool die set that I'm doing. So also we're going to talk about some tools. If you haven't ever seen any of these things, this is Stampin' Up's cut and emboss machine. It's the bigger one, but it folds up like this and has a little handle here. I'm not sure that you can see that handle part. It's really big, and it opens like this. Oops. And what it does is it has these plates that come with it that are numbered. You can see there's a 1, a 2, and then these are two number 3s. They're clear. And these will cut out shapes with these dies that we have. So you just stick them in here and you roll it through the machine, and out come beautiful little things that are cut out with these little dies. So I was just playing with this set that is called, let me grab it here so you can see the set. Okay. Oops. So this is the Slim Card dies. And what makes me so happy about these, oops, I still have something in there, is it's different. These are longer cards than we normally make. Here's one that I have all scored and ready to go to make something. But it's really good for putting in money, or you don't have to fold your check, things like that. And I made a lot of cards that are the regular smaller size, and I was just really excited to see a different size, something new, something fun, something different. And as I'm playing with this, there's two big dies like these. When you cut out one, you get all of these parts that you can use over and over again to make multiple cards. So this one's my favorite, I would guess. This one right here, I've only used a couple times so far, but here's what it cuts out, this little tiny little piece here. And so my plans for this, I'm going to make a Valentine card with a red background, and then I'm going to cut out different colors of these little ornamenty kind of ball things and then glue them in there. So that's really fun. But my favorite one is this one here. Just makes me think of rainbows again for some reason, or I don't know, just awards or something really fun. And I'm just going to pop this. I just cut out a piece of, let's see here, saffron. Yeah, okay. My phone just turned off for a second. That was really weird. Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, I just have weird stuff happen. Anyway, I think I'm back. I think I'm live again. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I am just putting my take your pick tool right now in these little tiny holes that are on the back side of the die. And usually you can just kind of drop it like this and your thing will just come out. But this one's being a little extra grabby there. So there it is. So isn't that neat? I cut out this cool frame. And so I took all these inside pieces, and you'll see it in just a moment with my card. I'm going to glue those on another card, but I can still use this one for another card. So that's really cool. You can cut out a bunch of pieces, and then almost like you're putting puzzles together, you'll have a whole bunch of cards before you know it. So that's really fun. So I wanted to share a few things cutting my with my machine here so that you can see how that works if you've never seen this, because I do have a lot of newer stampers, so they may not even know what these words I'm saying, what they are. So I'm going to get my plates here, and I will get my plate number 1, because I'm just going to do some die cutting. You can also do embossing, and we'll just talk about that another time though. Baby steps. And here's plate number 2 goes in there. And then I'm going to get my cutting plates out now, and they're number 3. And you'll notice that mine has all these funny marks on it, and it is supposed to be like that. As you run your plates through the machine over and over again, you get all these kind of weird marks. And if you find that if you're putting your paper in here and you're getting these marks on your paper, you can put some tissue paper in there, and that can help not have these things transfer to your work. So that's good. Now I'm going to get some paper. I am going to grab, let me see. I'll grab a pink sheet because I wanted to make a pink card eventually. So let me just grab something colorful here. Hold on one moment while I grab it. Okay. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what you do if your paper isn't big enough for the whole die, because this is a piece that I used in my card I'm going to show you. So what I wanted was a few of these, and this paper is only comes in this tiny size, a 6x6. So you can't fill up the whole die, but it still works out. So I'm going to go ahead and put this paper on there, and then you put the die face down. And with this really long one, you have to make sure that, let me lift this up here, your die fits on your mat so none of it's hanging off, so otherwise it won't cut through. But this little piece of paper here, we don't have to worry too much because we're only worried about this part here, if that makes any sense. This camera thing is right in the way, so I'm going to kind of turn this a little bit and see if that helps. It's going to be a little awkward, and I apologize if the camera starts shaking. But here we go. I'm going to put that down, and I'll cover it with my other number 3 plate, and I put it just a bit forward. And then I just go ahead and put it in to the die cut machine and turn the handle and hold on while it does its little rolly thing. Hopefully it's not shaking you guys too much. Alrighty. And woo, there's that little pop when the pieces come out. Now I'm going to move this out of the way for a second so that you can see. Okay. Now we see what we've got here. So this is what you would normally get a whole one, but we're just doing partial one. So you'll get, here's the excess. We'll just toss that aside. And here are the little pieces that were here in this part. You don't want to forget this one. And if you flip it over, here is part of your little frame. And let's see if it'll come out. They've been a little stubborn with me today. So I'll just get my take your pick tool again, and I'll just push in these little holes that are on the back side of the die just to get the little guy loose here. Sometimes they grab a bunch. You don't want to disturb that too much because then you're going to glue it down and you don't want it to be super bent. There I see the end. That one gave me some grief. So the neat thing about that little tiny sheet that we cut is you can save this and cut off. Boy, that one really doesn't want to come off. You can save that tiny one and you can use it on a smaller size card too. So, for example, I did another one and I just cut off the extra parts. So now I can put this on a regular size card too. So if you can, just save all your little parts because you never know. You're going to probably use them. I take these cellophane wrappers that a lot of my items come in. They're wrapped in it. A lot of times they're die sets. And I'm going to use these for all my extra parts so that I can use them again someday. And you will. I promise. It's like an adventure. You want to challenge yourself to use up all of your parts. So I'm going to set these aside because I am going to use those sometime. And then here's all my little, I call them rainbows, but they're not really rainbows. They're, I don't know, they're stripes. Okay, so I am going to save those because I'm going to make, as you'll see in a moment, St. Patrick's Day cards. All right, so let's move this out of the way and show you what I did ahead of time. Okay. All right, hold on to your butts because here it comes. Okay, I'm gonna just move this over here. It's not glued together at all, but you can kind of see what I was going for here. All right, it's all kind of shambles right now because I was just placing it on top of the card, and I'm just going to show you how I glue it together. All right, let's set these aside here, and I'm going to slide this over here a bit and see if I can make it look like it was. And you might, I don't know if you can see up here on the top of my screen are all kinds of parts that I've been cutting out. So that is super fun. All right, let's make sure I don't lose that guy. So let's talk about your slimline card. I have a little sheet here that tells me the measurements of my cardstock. So my slimline card base is 7.5 by 8 3/4, and I score it at 3 3/4. And that fits in a business size envelope, or Stampin' Up! Does sell this type of an envelope that will work. So there you go. That's very cool. And then when I scored it, my last video, I couldn't find my bone folder. So now I have found it. This is a tool that burnishes your score lines so that they stay. And I just run it across there. Mine is very nasty looking and old. So it's called a bone folder, but that helps keep everything nice and flat and smooth. All right, now you could have it going this way, or you could have it like this. This one I'm going to have up and down like this. And ahead of time, I took a sheet of this shiny vellum paper and I cut it out with that same die that you just saw. This is a bit sparkly, so I thought that would be a really cool addition to my card. And here it is. I'm gonna just flip all these out of order, so hopefully I can get them back the way I want them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to glue this down to my card base. Sometimes I will cut out a piece to put under this, but for this particular card there's going to be so many parts and things, I decided not to do that. So now I'm going to get my silicone craft mat right here. This is perfect for when I'm gluing because you can put glue on there and it's going to wipe off just no problem. Nothing's going to stick on there. It'll be great. And I have a little sponge here, and I'm going to get some of my multi-liquid glue, which is super cool because it has two ends. There's a wider end, and for doing intricate work, which I could use this pointy end and just go along and put the glue where I want it to go. But I wanted to show you this really neat little thing that I do with the sponge on the silicone craft mat. Okay, put some of that on there. And let's get our little sponge here, and I'm just going to kind of not go too crazy, but apply some of the glue onto the back of this piece of vellum. I'm going to go very little bits so that we don't go and get too sticky. This seems to work okay. I've done it both ways, and I got a little bit of glue on my hands from just using the bottle of glue, but it wasn't too bad. I was able to clean it off rather quickly. I have baby wipes sitting here, so I just wipe my hands off. It was no big deal. All right. Just kind of tapping off some of that glue there. All right. I want to thank everybody who was able to come to my Light the Candles class this past week on Thursday. We had a lot of fun making the birthday cards that came in this cute little kit called Light the Candles. I had so much fun. We played bingo. It was a blast. And I love everybody participated so well. It was very fun. Okay. So that's not too bad. My hands aren't too sticky. And now I'm just going to pick that up and gently place it on to my Granny Apple Green cardstock. I'm gonna try not to pull on it and disturb the way it's laying down. And there you are. Okay, so there's our base. I'm gonna keep my glue over here because now what we're gonna do is think about how we want our little stripes. And I cut these out of this paper that is in one of the Sale-abration packs, which let me grab that here to show you. It is fabulous. All right, here it is. So you can get a pack of this cool rainbow paper called Sunshine and Rainbows, 6x6 paper, for free with a $50 order until the end of February. So don't miss out. I am trying to collect as many of these as I can, but there's all different colors in here. And the neat thing about it is Stampin' Up! Tells you what colors match. And so I use that to think of ways to add in colors in this particular card. So I didn't have to think about what coordinated. They did it for me. So that was very nice. Okay, now let me see. Now on this paper it's two-sided, so I can use either this side or this side if I wanted to do that. So that's really cool. All right, now I think I may have put this frame upside down than how I cut my rainbow paper. So I'm probably going to have my card be like this, just so my rainbows aren't all upside down, if that makes any sense. Otherwise, I should have done it the other way, so my rainbows are going the right direction. But that's okay, too. And what I also could do is I could cut this off, just trim around it a little bit, and glue that onto a card base, which I may do. All right, because this is the way I really wanted to do it, with my rainbows going that direction. No big deal. Stuff happens. Okay, so I know this one's going to go here. I'm just going to put these on here first so that I remember how I had it. Because I had it every other one with my... this is saffron cardstock. And it matches the little rainbow so well. I thought that was a good color to cut. So now I have a saffron frame that I will make another card with. So this is very fun. It's just like a little puzzle, and it's kind of a cool thing to do. And then what I'm going to do is just take my sponge and put glue on the back of each of these little pieces. And then you can kind of see how I kind of messed up that order there a little. So it's good I didn't start gluing anything down. So let's just get that. Okay. What is it? They say measure twice, cut once, just in case, so you don't mess up. It's a good tip. All right, let's see if I can get this one. All righty, we're almost there. tell you, it's much easier to do this when the camera's on. You're not all thumbs, that's for sure. Okay. And we're almost there. And then we have to glue it. All right, there it is. All right, so there we've got all of our order. So the frame itself is glittery, and then we've got the glitter or the saffron, and then the rainbows that are going to go down. So that's perfect. All right, so I'm going to start with this one, and I'll come back and get that little triangle after I get some of the bigger pieces glued down. And you could use your glue directly from the bottle if you want to, but I wanted to show you this option first. I can get it. And then you just put it in there. Press down best you can. And go for the next one. So each time you do it, the first time you do it, it's kind of slow and putsy, but you'll get faster as each little strip goes. And then this silicone mat keeps it from your little strips from sticking when you get the glue on them, so it's super, super handy. All right, another saffron. I just find this very fun. It's a neat set. Okay, and when I saw the rainbows that were kind of blue, green, and yellow, I thought immediately of St. Patrick's Day. I know we got Valentine's Day coming up, but St. Patrick's Day is my favorite thing ever. I love it. Okay. And nothing really ever happens. I just like the day. It's very fun. We've been to Ireland a couple of times, and it just makes me think of the fun time we had there and the fun food that we ate. All right, so we're getting there. Okay, and hopefully the next time I make a live, I will have different fingernails on, because my penguins, this is probably the last day that they are going to make it in the videos here. They've chipped off. So, oopsie, I might have put that one on the wrong side. Tell ya, that's okay. Let's put that one aside. Let's see if I have another one. Yep. Best laid plans in a live video. Did that one upside down. Goodness. Well, you can always cut more. I don't have to glue them. I don't have to have one in every spot. I always like to have a plan B and C, because as I'm going along, stuff happens. So I could leave that one blank, or Granny Apple Green. That'd be fine too. It's my card, and I'll do what I want. Now I'm getting a little bit of glue on my fingers because I'm starting to get a little sticky. So let me just take my little wipe here, wipe that off. Hopefully that came off. Okay, and on my mat you can kind of see there's a couple blobs right there, and after I'm done I can just take this over and wash it off in the sink, and it'll be good to go for the next project. See you guys over here. Yeah, maybe that green spot is meant to be green, and I'm not going to worry about it. All right, here's my yellow. Let's make sure it's going the right way. And here we are. Now tomorrow I'm going to share with you a slimline Valentine card that I made. And I am kind of obsessed with them, I guess. I'm almost out of glue, which is good because I'm I'm almost done too, so that kind of was good. I might need to get a little bit more. That one doesn't have too much. Okay, just a bit more. Got to get those tiny triangles glued down too. Alrighty. Oops. I'm really excited to show you the sentiment I have on this card. It's so funny. There we go. Get up there. And the glue also lets you kind of adjust it, move it around a little bit before you seal it down in case you didn't quite get it lined up. This one's pretty forgiving though. If I just push on that a little bit, it's okay. And this guy goes this way. So yeah, just keep in mind which way your paper's going. Don't do what I do. Do better. Okay. Okie dokie. There we are. And here's our little trapezoid piece. Let's hope there's enough glue on that. There, it looks like it. If I can get it picked up, stick that on the bottom. And okay, little glue on there. Then I have this guy, which I did not do. And not much glue left. And then I have one tiny triangle down here. I am looking for that part. Oh, here it is. They really try to run away. It's a tiny yellow one. It's going to go right there. Okay. And if I can get it. Here we are. Okay. Perfect. Hooray. All right, so there, that part is done without the poor little guy who I glued on the wrong side, which it should have been going in this spot, but I may have another one. Let's see if one of my backups here fit in that space, because they are the same size generally. There's a couple smaller ones, so I might have one that fits. Yes, I do. I do have this one fits. So I will go ahead and put that in there because that's originally how I wanted to do it. And I'm just going to take my glue, which is almost out, and run just a thin line. There you go. And try not to glue it to my face or anywhere else. And put that in the little spot. Just push it down. Okay. How about that? Very, very cute. Then, my most favorite part of all, I took some more of the rainbow paper and I cut out a die from the set called Beautiful Shapes, which is in the abstract bundle. And they're kind of wonky little circles. It has a line around there, and there's all these fun shapes. So I thought I would go ahead and cut out a piece from more rainbow paper here, and I wanted this little green dot side because it goes with my fun shamrock theme. So I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Get a few of those here. Stick those on. Okay, and we are almost done with this fun card. Get that off of there. All right, and so the sentiment is about the funniest thing in the world. If you can read it, it's printed in Granny Apple Green, and it says, "Your friendship is as bragworthy as a dress with pockets." I thought that is hilarious. And so that's the Bragworthy Stamp Set that you can get in the new mini catalog, and it's perfect. So I'm going to just pop that right here. Okay. And then I have a punch. If you've never used a punch, you've got to try them. They are so addicting. This little punch is from, let me grab its name really quick because I always forget its name. I'm going to write those on my punches. And it is called Flowers and Leaves Punch. So here it is. And all you have to do is get your paper. You're just going to want to punch everything. There's two sizes of this flower, but I thought it looked like a shamrock. So you can see right there. And there are leaves, but you just punch it. And there you go. You've got shamrocks. So there are 4. So I am just going to put them right on here. I'm just making a video. I'm almost done. All right. So I am just going to put, maybe I'll stick one up here, maybe one down here. So I'm going to use little dimensionals for those because they're so cute. And what I'm going to do is put in the center of each shamrock, I'm going to put a rhinestone. It's going to be sparkly. Maybe I'll put that one here. And this just turned out so great. I love it so much. Even though I did have a little backwards thing happen. Not a big deal. I've got a plan. All right. And there we go. And let me grab my rhinestones. Hi, Danny. Let's see. Which ones shall we use? We've got 2 choices. Think, I may use these because they're a little bit darker for a bit of a contrast. I think I'll do that. Ooh, second thoughts. Which one? Yeah, I think that'd be good. Okay, I'm going with these. I'm going to use my fingers because I don't see my take your pick tool, but I'm just going to put them in the middle. Maybe. There's that one. I wonder if I mix them up and do different ones. Ooh, that could be fun too. Let's see how this looks. Oh, yep, I like that. I'm gonna mix them up. Okay, and one more of these dark green ones here. Use the big one. All right, love these so much. There it is. And there is my St. Patrick's Day card. Isn't it great? It's so, so perfect. Look at that. A dress with pockets. Okay, and that's it for today. And tomorrow I'm going to share a couple Valentine things and show you some more of my trimmer and my Stampin' cut and emboss machine because it's the best. All right, have a good night.